Hello everybody, how's it going? Hope you all are doing well. Today's topic will be a little triggering for most of us gods and goddesses who are here today and during this time. Okay, bear with me here, it's gonna be like all over the place. And these are just subjects that I'll be talking about once I start to go live, so you can have a hint of where I'm coming from and what I'm speaking on and what frequency I'm going on. And this is all what happened to me as well, and I'm trying to help others who could have been in the same situation. ECP, never ECP, all of the above could be in the same boat. And yeah, you're not alone. I just want you to know that. Whatever you feel resonate with, you're not crazy. It's all happening for a reason. And I'm about to tell you why. So let's start with a little story of mine that happened to me. And it's still continuing to happen to me. And I know YouTube might have like a word guideline community thing. And I'm going to try to figure out how to decode things without them tripping out and thinking I'm trying to like trigger some people or somebody. But in a way I am trying to wake you up, but I'm not trying to trigger you in the wrong way. That's not my intentions. I'm here to help you understand you because I've been there. And I'm trying to understand this shit myself. Like, some of the stuff that I'm going through spiritually and mentally and physically, it's hard for me to try to Google or ask around what is this and what is that or why I'm going through it. So I'm gonna just go within and pull it from different planets that may have the correct answer, and I'm gonna take it from there instead of just trying to, read books about it. Maybe some of y'all can break it down for me, and we can all come together and we'll put it all in a video or something. Alright, let's begin. So I come to terms that what I've been seeing and dealing with is real. And I had something taken advantage of me without my acknowledgement. Like, I knew, but then the more I kept getting awake or woke, it was nothing I could really do about it. But at the same time, I understand why they had to do what they had to do to me in order for me to wake up was through touch, through realization. And you can be physically molested in the astral world. These gods or spirits or men, they can easily come to your dreams and molest you. Don't think that you have to be silent about it because you think they're gonna make you crazy. Like, yeah, they show me vision of what it would be like if I was to spoke out and this and that. Because they think, oh, by me being scared of them, I'm supposed to be this little thing in the real world. Like, no. The fuck? If y'all are gonna do that to me, at least... And I know why they did what they did to me in the astral world, because during those rituals, you get to tap into certain knowledge and certain aspect of yourself. And I didn't know what I was signing up for. I don't think I planned on doing this because I'm following somebody else's footsteps, literally repeating their reincarnation into this reincarnation without my knowledge. And it was what brought my attention when my great grandmother kept showing up to my dreams. And most of the stuff that I was visualizing throughout my teens and when I was younger was mostly her her reincarnation, past lives of what she went through and to be initiated, or some of it was mostly like my other past life, or like when I was like Aphrodite or some shit. Most of that was mine, and then most of it was my great great grandmother, my mom's great grandmother, and I don't know why she chose me, but I guess because the title of my name, of what my mom gave me, was encouragement and confidence. So it took some time for me to gain all of my elements into existing of now. I'm 27 and I'm still learning. And I started learning about this stuff before, like when I was like 5 years old. And I know most of us was like that. We started at a young age through trauma. We gotta ask ourselves, how did we get here? Why did we get here? And my response was trauma. And I'd be like, why they wanted me to go through that gateway to get to here? There's levels of where you gotta go to get to, and they're not gonna sugarcoat every little fucking thing for you. And that's what I wanted, because you know what? As soon as I found out who I was like, why do I gotta go through this again? Why can't y'all just give it to me? And they said no. And then I was like, you know what? I came back to them like a couple of years later, and I said like, all right, maybe you're right. I don't want to like fast pace this. This shit is steps, because I might miss something. And I when I try to find loops to certain situations and things, I miss certain things. So now I'm just rewinding all the clocks back, getting all the information that I missed, so it can be exist now at the age of 27, before it's too late. By the time I'm 35, because 35 for me, that number, for some reason I keep having events of what's going down, so they're preparing me, the future me, to come together now. All of me now. Really. But anyway. So like, it's not just earth, air, wind, fire, and all that element type stuff. There are other elements that you have to grab and understand and unlock yourself. And sometimes we subconsciously do this and we don't know why. And we think we're crazy, and we don't know if this shit is real or not. It's completely real. I was growing up, I was being bullied so bad about this shit, and I just kept quiet. And like now I'm with a group of people who know what I know. I'm like, why I gotta be quiet for? Even though they can do the information better than me, but don't nobody can bring what I can bring to the table now. So I can bring something different. Not everybody's knowledge is the same. We all are on the same timeline, yes. We all had the same timeline for many years, and it's funny how we're all coming together in 2023 to 2024. A God is not going to tell you that it's a God. It is going to observe how you treat that God. And boy, let me tell you, some of y'all the way y'all treat a God or a person who's like God, literally in my name, y'all gonna have a hard time grasping up there if y'all don't understand your ether here. Man, like ain't nobody coming from you, coming to save you down here, and they ain't gonna save you up there. You gotta save your own fucking ass. But there are like 20% people, the 20% who, the 20% are the dead. They don't have no clue of what's about to go down, of who they are and what they're gonna do to them. And we need to come together to figure out how to fucking save the 20%. And my dumb ass, I try to go in and out between all worlds. And I ended up spiraling at the age of 27, towards the end of my 27. I'm wondering, like, how the fuck do I ground myself back to where I originated it? And for me to go back to where I come from, I had to go back through touch. And I had to get comfortable through touch and to get uncomfortable through touch. And touch and sound is a very powerful thing, and I didn't realize how powerful those two elements are. Like, when you touch somebody, you can literally enter their planets. And, you can fix up their planet chakras and whatnot. Each planet that you visit within a person has a separate type of chakras. And there's many names for them, but they all mean the same thing. Through touch, you can travel through their past, present, future. And sometimes something else in between and outside of time, present, and future. And I'm not sure what the fuck that is. I've seen it multiple times, and I'm like, it doesn't really have a name. It's not really like a place. It's not even a thing. Like, it just exists. And I don't know what it is. But I'm going to figure it out soon. But don't abuse the touch. Don't abuse your elements. Don't come walking around speaking like you're a god, and then you don't do half of the shit you don't. You don't do half of the shit you say. I'm an exhibit A. Like, I might say, oh, I know everything and nothing at all, but I don't walk around it. I don't walk around like my name. I'm sitting here like with my head down all the time because I'm letting little petty ass shit get to me, knowing I could just think of something, manifest something into reality, into resistance, using mental magic and fucking let it go. But I don't do that shit. No. Instead, I just want to numb myself because I'm feeling everything and anything that comes to me. And I'm starting to set boundaries to those energies that want to, come into my solar system and try to figure me out. Like, no, you're not welcome here. Like, stop doing that. Stop abusing me. If you really want to know me, all you gotta do is fuck with me. Literally, all you gotta do is fuck with me. That's the only way you can get to know me. And I'm saying it like both ways. You literally can fuck me, or you can fuck me up. Meaning, I can go through any type of situation and come out of it like a fucking phoenix. And I've done it so many times where one time I just laid in my ashes because I was so comfortable into my own darkness. I was so uncomfortable into the fourth realm, into the fourth death. I was like, I'd rather be here. It's comfortable on the ground. It's cold. It's warm. I don't want to be afloat. And sometimes I do tap in between those worlds so I can gain back certain information that I missed. Kind of like what vampires do when they go to sleep during the day, so they can gain back information that they missed or remember certain paths and see certain things. They're clairvoyants, and I think that's where it's a deep thing. I think that's where clairvoyance came from. And how I found out I was clairvoyant is when I turned like 14. During the ages of 14, some weird shit happened to me. It was literally right around the same time I think all of us might got abducted by aliens. I remember seeing like a little blue gold, like he was blue, like dark blue and grayish, and very naked. They don't have private parts, but you can tell it was a man based off body ethic. Like you can tell the being or thing exercise. And I'm like, they exercise? I'm like, okay. And he came into my room and he was just looking around casually. I'm like, hello? And I'm like, I know I'm not home by myself. I know there's people here. I'm like, did they not see these people? But I remember because, like, it was very dark. Like, it was a stormy night, too. And everything was cut off. So I'm pretty sure my family was, like, asleep during that time anyway. And I kept remember looking out the window, seeing the shadow figure. Like, he kind of looked like Papa Leva. I didn't even know who the fuck he was at first. He had a hat on and, like, a cape. And he would just, like, stand there looking at you. And then I'd be like, okay. I would say hi to it all the time. Like, hello. And then I remember looking out that window, seeing him, and then I turned around, and I saw the blue man coming in my room, and I'm like, holy shit. His fingers looked fucking weird. His toes looked weird. He didn't have any clothes on. His eyes was fucking weird. I was like, alright. And then he started taking me some places, somewhere, and I ended up in a fucking ship with everybody else who were like in the, who was like in a, I guess like a tube, and they was like in a blue foam water looking thing. Their hair was floating everywhere. They was naked. They was curled up in the baby position or fetal position. And I saw myself and a bunch of other people that I could possibly recognize today and on YouTube. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I saw myself when I walked up to the glass. I had touched the glass because it like the glass was so cold. But the moment I kind of like warmed it up with my hand, the whole building started to turn red. And I saw my eyes. I saw the other me eyes open, looking at me. And she started like to move and swim, and she broke the glass and broke free. And she broke another person, which was a guy that was like right next to her. And he was sleeping in the same way, but he saw me and he woke up when he woke up. But their eyes was so weird. It was blue and gray. And they both looked like twins, but not really. But they was a couple. They was together. And when they both broke free, they was holding hands like they was fucking Adam and Eve. And I was like, holy shit. I'm like, am I in the Garden of Eve? Or this is where the Garden of Eve originated from? Or something? It was literally like that. And then all the others followed behind and their glass broke free. And then I remember I started running while the other me and I guess husband or whatever, who the fuck he is, started to run towards me. And then I remember I came out into this like white room, and it started to transform into like a garden. And I can see like or I guess you could say it kind of looked like the astral world, really. There's like grass and garden and the tree. That's where the olden tree originated from. I started to see the tree then. And remind you, I had this dream multiple times, many times as a child. And then it started to, as I got to a certain age, it started to change up. So anyway, as I was going into that world, that other dimension, that's when I saw the tree. And that's when I saw this tall ass statue, man. That was just like pointing at me. And his finger was literally at my forehead. Just like how the alien man touched my forehead when he came into my room. And I was like, oh, that is so weird. I felt weird ever since then. And that's when certain weird things kept happening to me. And I kept, experiencing, spirits, other dimensional beings coming to me. And I started to get molested in the astral world by the guy that was with the other me. But it took him some time to wake up too. So I'm guessing he probably didn't know what he was doing. I didn't know what I was doing. And then somehow I ended up finding him in real life. I astral projected to him when he had like a car accident or a motorcycle accident. And I saw him like flipped over. And I was there and I saw him looking at me. And he was like, who the fuck? And I was like, I don't know why. I shook my head and said, I don't know why I'm here, dude. I'm just following orders. So he could have possibly been the guy that was in the alien ship with the other me. So I'm guessing like they was together. I was always fighting with my other self because throughout each stream, she would transform into a different person. She would be the same body, whatever height that I am in now in the life, but she'll have longer hair, red hair, and pale skin, and she'll breathe out of her skin, kind of like what sharks do. You will see the little scale thing coming out of them. But she could move her lips, and she had a nose like Lord Voldemort. So my other me was pretty weird. I discovered her, and then I discovered her planets within her, and her continuation of her timeline of what she gone through. And I'm like, I got confused for a minute. I got lost. And it took me a minute to dial back into this room. And then that's when I started to see him on YouTube. I'm like, that's the guy. That he literally looked exactly like that dude. I'm like, oh, and he carried his name too with him. I'm like, how did y'all do that? Especially me, I carried my name with me. I'm like, how did I pull off that frequency? Like, I don't understand certain things that I did. And maybe you don't understand certain things that you was doing. And some of us, we was taken advantage of by other dimensional beings, knowing that they know who we are, but we couldn't know what we were. Because we put ourselves to sleep. And it's time for us to wake up. So we can help the 20%, man. They need help. We need to build their world. Help build their world. So they don't get lost like we did. And I'm saying this because, like, I don't want what happened to me happen to somebody else. It needs a better It needs a better system than this. Some of us was chosen, and we didn't ask to be chosen. I mean, I kind of did. I said, all right, bring it on. And I could take it. But I can't do this shit alone. I'm telling you now, I can't do it alone. I thought I could. I thought I could travel, like, open up any portal, thinking that it's gonna do some shit. It did, but it rubbed some people off the wrong way, and I'm like, that wasn't my intention. My intention was to get you to get notice of you. So now that you know that I'm here, hi. And how are you doing? Honestly. And I'm sorry, I'm not in that timeline that you want me to be in for you. Or we're not together like you thought. And it's okay. And I still have all those memories. I think about them all the time. From Atlantis to the first time we met, like in a little convenient supermarket that was outside, and you can buy like fruits and vegetables and shit, like in the 1800s or something. Yeah, I remember. I was wearing a dress and I was buying some fruit or something, or some food and some bread, and I happened to look over it and saw you in a suit. The same fucking suit that I'm seeing you now in a dream. And I'm like, holy shit, it's all fucking connected. Why I went to Hawthorne, why I'm working at a place called Eagles, which means eagle. They both represent the eagle, the arrow, the arrows, the god of arrows. Fucking deep thing. Like, y'all knew me before I knew myself. It's crazy. But yeah, nevertheless, I'll go live soon. In a couple, maybe like next week or the week after, the first week of April. That was just funny. But yeah, I used to spell April like Afro, like Afro. I don't know why with the H. I was like, oh, was so weird. That kept getting me to wake up. The reason why I didn't come up before is because society gave me a standard of beauty, like, but I really don't care about beauty no more. That's not what it's about for me. I'm traveling into something different, transforming into something else. But I'm still myself. It's okay. It's okay to transform and be something different. I can travel and be whoever the fuck I want to be. Ain't nobody gonna tell me otherwise. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. If that's the case. Obviously, you need me. So tell me what you need me for. That's all you gotta do. You know my number. You know who I am. I don't have to say anything. All you gotta do is call. Just call me. Peace, fam. And I'll see you in 2 weeks live. But I'll still be dropping videos. If you liked today's video, just give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and Cash App. And my Cash App will be underneath the video. Peace.